Chicago, Chicago, a toddling town. Chicago, Chicago, I'll show you the town. I love it. Bet your bottom dollar you lose the blues in Chicago, Chicago, the town that Billy Sunday couldn't shut down. On State Street, that great street, I just want to say they do things that they don't do on Broadway. Say you'll have the time of your life. I saw a man, he danced with his wife in Chicago, Chicago, my hometown. Good evening, I'm William Payson. Thanks so much for tuning us in tonight. The circus is coming to town, and here to tell us more about it is the chairman of the Antioch Shrine Circus, Kevin Sweeney. Thank you so much for coming on the program tonight.
Thanks for having me, William.
Now, you've been involved with the Shriners for a long, long time. How did you get involved with the Shriners?
Basically, I have a friend who I asked how you become a Shriner, and that's pretty much all you have to do. Mm-hmm. You have to become a Master Mason first, mm-hmm. and the Shrine is an independent body of the Master Masons.
I see.
So once I became a Master Mason, then I was eligible to petition to become a Shriner. Mm-hmm. And I became a Shriner in April of 2005.
Okay, wonderful. So the circus, you're the chairman
Yes.
of the circus. And I wanted to know, this year, the circus is going to be held in Greene County.
Correct.
And what can we expect in the circus this year?
Well, anybody that has gone to the circus previously has done so in recent years at UD Arena. Mm-hmm. And it was a large 3-ring arena setting, 14,000 seats, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. That venue we couldn't work out for this year. So we're basically bringing a traditional tent circus to town. It'll be a 1-ring circus. The tent, I can't remember the exact measurements, but it's something around 40 to 50 feet high in the center. It seats 2,550 people. So it's a very sizable tent. Mm-hmm. And then all of the acts will occur there in the tent.
Okay. So then the people will come to the Greene County Fairgrounds. And park there, and then come into the tent. Then
yes, the main entrance to the fairgrounds is where we'll have attendants to direct people in and get them parked, and then we've got, once the main parking lot fills up, we've got auxiliary parking, but we have shuttles that'll bring everybody back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So this is a big family event.
It is. It is. A lot of kids, a lot of clowns and Shriners and families, our own families. We traditionally bring all of our kids and grandkids year after year after year.
Mm-hmm. So the circus started 77 years ago?
Ours did, yes. Mm-hmm. The circus was an idea that we basically used from other shrine centers 77 years ago as a fundraiser for the fraternity.
I see.
Everything that Shriners do is geared towards our philanthropy, which is Shriners Hospitals for Children. Mm-hmm. But our fraternity at 107 East 1st Street in Dayton has to have some support and love as well. So we have this fundraiser to fund our fraternity and our operation.
Mm-hmm. That is great. And tell me, what are some of the acts this year that are going to be a part of the circus?
This year, of course, we have our clown. We have a premier clown unit in all of Shrindom. they will be performing several times during the circus. We have the Tarzan Zerbini elephants will be there. Tarzan's daughter, Erica, has equestrian horses, and she does a lot of beautiful acts with horses. We've got aerialists, acrobats, contortionists, jugglers. We have a motorcycle act. We've done this one. We try not to do it every year so that it doesn't get old, but they basically put 3 or 4 motorcycles into a steel globe, and they all run around in there around each other, and it's fairly exciting, fairly death-defying.
Very entertaining then. Now, have you had some of the animals leave the stage and go other places, like in the audience or something like that?
No.
Never had that.
We've been very fortunate never to have an incident like that. And if you look into each of those stories, there's always a reason why. We try to be very responsible and prudent with the acts that we select to come to town, and make sure that those animals are treated like you would treat your dog or house cat, and they are.
Very special creatures.
Yes, they are.
And some of the main producer that's bringing this here to town.
Yes.
Are they seasonal producers, and they go from various sites when they come to Dayton then? Yes.
Tarzan Zerbini is our producer again this year, and he has several circuses that is out on a circuit. He'll actually have one circus in Houston at their stadium, their dome, and then he's also got the traveling tent circus that'll stop here in Dayton for us.
What do you think that draws people year after year to go to circus?
Well, I think in a lot of cases it's you want your kids or grandkids to experience something that you experienced as a child. A lot of it is we're all big kids and it's fun for everybody. Everybody has a good time. Everybody loves to see this spectacle, if you will. And that's kind of why we try to bring new and fresh acts in and try to mix it up so that it doesn't get boring and predictable.
Now, will the elephants be here this year?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, and there's a little story about some of their acts and so forth. I love the one when they were sitting down, like sitting on a chair or something like that.
Yes.
And they're very entertaining. And is that one of your big draws, the elephants, particularly for the children?
Yes. We also do rides during intermission, and the kids can get on an elephant and ride them. And
they can get on
ponies and
okay,
some other like face painting and some other things that go on at intermission for entertainment.
So it's very family oriented.
It is.
Very
it
family.
Is very.
There's more to come on the William Pace Show. Stay with us.
They do things that they don't do on Broadway. Say.
Hi, I'm William Pace. Thanks so much for tuning us in tonight. And I'm back talking with my guest, Kevin Sweeney, who is the chairman of the Antioch Shrine Circus. Thanks for tuning us in. And before we went to break, we were talking about the circus coming to town. And that's always a big event each year. Particularly, I remember as a kid, about the Shriners Circus and people coming and going there. And we want to let the viewers know that it's April the 4th through the 7th. And this year it's going to be held at Greene County Fairgrounds, which is a different because previous years it was held in Dayton.
Yes.
But this year it's going to be at the Greene County Fairgrounds.
Yes.
And it's 120 Fairground Road, Xenia, Ohio. And tell us again about some of the acts. Let's talk a little bit more about that, particularly the jugglers. And are you going to have the man on the horse that jumps through the circle, the fire thing, and jumps through that?
No, I think we had him last year.
Okay.
This year, the jugglers, they work with, they almost look like large, what am I trying to think of? A yo-yo. It almost looks like a giant yo-yo on a string, and they flip them and pass them, and they do flips and catch them, and it's really exciting. There's a whole troop of about 6, I believe, that do that, and very, very entertaining. There's a gentleman that he juggles Chinese vases, and from big pots to little vases. He really does a lot. From the footage I've seen, it's very interesting. I'm not sure how many he had to go through and break to get proficient at it. But he looks like he's pretty good.
But some of the people that are coming, some of the acts that are coming, they have been doing this much of their lives. Some of these people have gone make a living from being in the circus from one city or to another city, and
Correct.
so it's has been like a full-time vocation job for them, entertaining people.
In many cases, each of the acts is a family or some type of partnership, and they're on the road doing this. And when they have kids, their kids grow into it, and
so it becomes like like it says, an American tradition.
It does. It does. A lot of these families, I get the privilege of interacting with them backstage, where the general public would not, and they're just regular, everyday people like you and I, except their whole family is integrated into some type of performance, talent, something that they're basically providing for spectators and viewers as their way of life.
That is interesting, because when you mentioned that you went backstage and you were talking to the people, I realized that it's more than just one person in the family. It's, I guess, a group or an entire family,
Right.
that works this then.
Yes.
And that they are all involved in some way with the overall performance
Correct.
of the circus.
Yes, each one of them is, each one of the families or groups is a hired act, and then they all work together to produce the circus. It's similar to throwing a block party, and everybody comes together in the middle of the street and has a big feed. The circus is the same way. It's a group of families that have come together to. They're integral in every aspect of the circus.
And so in the truest sense of the word, it is sort of like family entertainment.
It is, yeah.
Family entertainment. And that they are entertaining other families. They are a family. Then they pretty much go out to entertain an audience of families.
Yes.
And then in the audience, basically you have families, mom, dad, or son, daughter, Aunt Lucille, Uncle Joe, those people.
Yep.
And it's more like a family kind of. Have there been many of the people that have attended the circus over the years, been regulars, the people that just come back every year?
Oh, absolutely. We see a lot of basically return patrons that come back year after year after year. The same faces. We get
loyal.
We get to know them, and then you can pick them out of the crowd and recognize.
Oh, so you
as they come
recognize
back.
a lot of the people. You just
Yes.
know their faces because
Yes.
you've seen them so many times
Yes.
that they're like sort of like family. Well, we want to tell the viewers again that the circus is April 4th through the 7th, and it's going to be this year in Greene County at Greene County Fairgrounds at 120 Fairground Road, Xenia, Ohio. And on Thursday, that's the opening date, April the 4th, it's going to be at 6:30 p.m. And then on Friday, April the 5th at 6:30 p.m. And then Saturday, if you're working on Thursday and Friday and can't come Thursday or Friday, you have plenty opportunity on the weekend. April the 6th, there's a 10 a.m. show, there's a 2 p.m. show, and a 6:30 p.m. show. And on the last day of the circus, April the 7th, there's a 10 a.m. show and a 2 p.m. show. And then the finale show is at 5:30 p.m. on Sunday, April the 7th. And for more information, you can go to www.antiochshrinecircus.com and get all the information that you need there. And that's, again, www.antiochshrinecircus.com. Or you can call them at
877-630-Circus.
Okay. There's more to come on the William Pace Show, so stay with us.
You'll have the time of your life. I saw a man, he danced with his wife.
Hi, I'm William Pace. Thanks so much for tuning us in tonight. And my guest is Kevin Sweeney. He's the chairman of the Antioch Shrine Circus. And the circus is coming to town on April the 4th and will be in town till the 7th, April 4th through the 7th. And for tickets, you can call 877-730-CIRCUS. That's real easy to remember. That number again is 877-730-CIRCUS. And we have a lot of acts coming this year. Let's recap some of the acts that are coming.
So we've got elephants, clowns, horses, bears, acrobats, aerialists, jugglers, contortionists, motorcycles, and there's a lot of acts that fit multiply in those categories.
But what I think is sort of new in the list of acts, because I don't remember motorcyclists being involved before.
Yeah, we had those guys about 2 or 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. We try to get them in. Mm-hmm. Last year we had BMX bikes, and they were really cool. But this year the motorcycles will be in the steel globe, and they'll do their thing in there.
Now that is interesting too. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, basically it's a very large steel caged ball, and it has a drop down door, and they ride in and they get 3 or 4 in there, and then they start working their way around.
Do they close the door then? They close the door, and then they ride the motorcycle inside.
Right. They work their way up
globe
to a horizontal, and then sometimes some of them will break out and start doing a almost vertical loop while the other ones are still going horizontal. So
wow.
It's
so do they ride into the
yes,
into the tent, and then the ball is out there, and they just ride right up into it.
Right up
then
into
someone closes the door, and then they ride around in there then.
Yes.
Wow. I bet that is entertaining.
It is. And that's our finale.
That's the finale. Okay. And has that particular act drawn more people come in, like from the motorcycle clubs and things like that? Has that brought a new audience or new following into the circus?
Well, I think that it's more of the younger kids like the BMX bikes and the motorcycles and things of that nature, more than us old guys that like the the acrobats and the dancers.
We're still pretty young. I'm not claiming the old part. I'm claiming forever young.
But it seems to be a draw for the young ones and their interest, and so we try to bring at least 1 or 2 in every year for that.
Wonderful. And this is one of the proceeds will go to benefit the Antioch Shrine Center operations.
Yes.
And you've been located downtown for how many years?
We actually established the fraternity in 1898. We moved down to that building, actually built that building in 56, I believe, 56 or 57.
It is a awesome building. I love that building. There's just the architecture in the building.
We just spent the last 3 years remodeling and reconditioning the building. It's like with anything else, it gets old and then it has to be updated and refreshed, and we've just done that. The rentals are picking up. If you have a wedding or a birthday party or something that you need a facility for, we have a 250-person ballroom upstairs that
Wow.
it's called the Grand Ballroom, and it's a very impressive place.
So you have other functions in there.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Not only do the different Shriner units and groups gather there for meetings and social events, we also rent it out to the public.
Oh, okay. So they can call the Antioch Shrine.
Yes, call the Shrine Circus office at 937-461-4740.
Okay.
That's the main office.
Uh-huh.
If they're not there, leave a message and they'll get back to you.
Wonderful. I want to recap that the circus is coming to town, and you definitely want to make sure that you're there at the circus. And this year it's going to be in Greene County at the Greene County Fairgrounds, located at 120 Fairgrounds Road in Xenia, Ohio. And it's coming to town April the 4th, so you want to mark your calendars. And it's going to be here from the 4th through the 7th. And on the 4th, the very first day, the circus will be at 6:30 p.m. That's a Thursday. And then on Friday, April the 5th, it's going to be at 6:30 p.m. And for everyone who has to work and so forth and can't get there on Thursday or Friday, you have many opportunities on Saturday and Sunday. April the 6th at 10 a.m. There's a 10 a.m. show, so if you like to get up early in the morning. And then there's a 2 p.m. Show, and then at night, 6:30 p.m. And on Sunday, April the 7th, there are another 3 shows on April the 7th, Sunday, and that's 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. And the last show, the finale, is at 5:30 p.m. And for tickets or more information, you can go to call or go to the Antioch, www.antiochshrinecircus.com. That's www.antiochshrinecircus.com, or call them at 877-730-CIRCUS. That's real easy to remember. That's 877-730-CIRCUS. And I want to thank you, Kevin Sweeney, chairman of the Antioch Shrine Circus, for coming on the program tonight. I'm definitely going to be there at the circus, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the various acts there. And really, this is sort of special in a way because you think of circuses being in a tent, sort of like outdoors. And so that it's not in the arena this year, but more in a setting that is more what's, you think of circus being in.
More of a traditional setting.
Yes, very much so.
And the tent is large enough that it's a controlled environment. So if it's raining or whatever, still come out. It'll be just fine inside.
Yeah. Just come, and you don't have to be dressed up or anything like that. Just come
I
as
will
you
be.
are. You'll be dressed up. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for being on the program
William.
tonight.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I gotta go. I'll see you next time. Take care.
That
Bye-bye.
great street, I just want to say, they do things that they don't do on Broadway. Say, you'll have the time of your life. I saw a man, he danced with his wife in Chicago, my hometown.